Among the millions of unique and interesting species within the Star Wars universe, very few stand out like the Yoda species. From his iconic stature to his incredible force abilities, Yoda is undoubtedly one of the coolest and most mysterious Jedi. Despite all the mystery surrounding Yoda, one of them that stands out to the most among the fans is his unique way of speaking. More specifically, why does he talk backwards? This unique speech pattern has intrigued fans for years, and in today's video we'll delve into the reasoning behind Yoda's distinctive way of speaking in both canon and legends. Before we get to the canon version, we first must answer the question in legends. In the era before Disney, there was a lot of mystery surrounding Yoda's origins and how he became a Jedi, and so a competition would be held where fans would get to decide and write their own stories in regards to how Yoda became a Jedi, and the winner of that competition, their story would become the official Star Wars canon of that time, and the winner of it decided to make it so that Yoda was trained by a powerful Jedi Master known as Nakata Del Gormo, who notably spoke backwards. After Yoda and an unidentified human friend would crash land on a swampy planet where they would be trained as Jedi by Nakata Del Gormo, but following their rescue from the swamp planet, Yoda would continue on to become a Jedi, and eventually his master would die, and Yoda, in a way to honor and remember his master, would adapt and use his former master's backwards way of speaking. And when we look at other members of the Yoda species, such as Yaddle, it only strengthens as we learn that not everyone spoke the same way as Yoda, but instead his way of speaking was of his own personal choice. And this commitment to honor his master would actually go so far that Yoda would even think backwards as well as write in reverse. Some notable examples of this are in the Star Wars books Path of the Jedi and Book of Sith. Now, in canon, we don't actually have an in-universe explanation for why this is, but instead we get a direct explanation from George Lucas himself. In an interview with Paul Duncan, the author of Star Wars Archives, which is actually the source for much of my information, Paul Duncan asked George, "How did you come up with the way Yoda speaks?" To which George would respond with, "Mostly we have these strange languages and voices that were created out of foreign languages. I did not want to go through a whole movie where everyone is reading subtitles. He has a lot of dialogue, so I came up with a language that was alien, but it was also understandable. So I reversed things around. The language was designed to make you focus on the boring philosophical lessons." This, while not explaining everything, gives us already what we need to know to determine why Yoda spoke the way he did. Instead of stuffing sentences with unnecessary words, Yoda usually would cut straight to the chase and said what he needed to say, but in a way where the listener had to hear the full sentence to understand what he meant. In the context of George Lucas's explanation, Yoda's speech pattern was deliberately created to sound alien yet comprehensible. This method allowed Yoda to deliver his meaningful teachings in a memorable and a distinctive manner. The reversal of the sentence structure forced the audience to pay closer attention to his words, ensuring that the lessons he imparted were not overlooked. And while yes, his form of speech may seem simple at first glance, it was actually highly advanced and forced the listener to be patient. And to listen to what he had to say, in a way teaching them to become better Jedi just by listening and focusing on their patience. This approach also set Yoda apart from other characters, emphasizing his ancient wisdom and his unique perspective. Additionally, George Lucas's choice to avoid lengthy subtitles for Yoda's dialogue helped maintain the film's accessibility and flow. By creating an alien-sounding language that was easy to understand, Lucas ensured that Yoda's character remained engaging and his teachings impactful. This design choice reflected the border effect to blend the mix of fantasy with reality within the Star Wars universe, making it accessible to a wider audience while preserving the otherworldly charm. And from a direct quote that George Lucas once said, "Star Wars is like poetry, it rhymes." But in a case with Yoda, it works in a way where each word fits perfectly with the tone and theme he was trying to set up. And there you have it, the fascinating reason behind Yoda's unique speech pattern. In Legends, it was a heartfelt tribute to his master Nakata Del Gormo, while in canon, George Lucas would craft it to sound alien yet understandable, making sure we paid close attention to Yoda's wise words. Whether it's through honoring a master or creating filmmaking choices, Yoda's speech adds a special charm to his character and in the Star Wars universe. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into Star Wars lore, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more awesome Star Wars content. And if you want to learn more about the Jedi or Sith, make sure to click the video on screen now. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.